And that's why guys, nilikwambia kwamba mimi politics lazima tu nitazikwa nikifanya analysis ya politics. Yani mambo yamelemea Rais William Ruto. You see now, William Ruto amekimbia kimbelembele attacking Sylvanus Osoro for leaking WhatsApp group chats. Venye walikuwa na chat wakimpeach the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua. You guys, mambo ya William Ruto pia yamekuwa table. Wanasema ya kwamba guys, ukiua kwa upanga utakufa kwa upanga. William Ruto anaenda kuwa impeached. Nakwambia. William Ruto anaenda kuwa impeached. Na kwa hii video nataka tu uilike, tuipush ifikie watu wengi. Na nasema asanteni sana, mnakuanga watu wa nguvu zaidi. Kwa hivyo guys, watu walikuwa nafikiria kwamba Rigathi Gachagua alikuwa impeached because of tribalism. One man, one shilling. No. Acha nikupakulie mambo. Kitu ya kwanza, guys, nataka uelewe wakati William Ruto alikuwa anatafuta running mate, yeye alikuwa amepropose Rigathi Gachagua yeye mwenyewe. But now wakati ambapo walikuwa wanaenda kuvote, wabunge wa vote ni nani? Kindiki na Rigathi Gachagua walikuwa pale wawili. Wabunge wakaanza kuvote because ni wabunge ndio watachagulia rais William Ruto, ama wabunge ambao walikuwa na support William Ruto ya wakati. So wakati wa kuvote, all MPs walivotia Professor Kithure Kindiki. But William Ruto, because Rigathi Gachagua alikuwa na enough finance, ilikuwa ampiki. Ili afanye nini? Ili amsupport during campaign. Rigathi Gachagua alikuwa na companies na alikuwa na pesa mingi zaidi. And that's why nakwambia William Ruto lazima atakuwa one term. Juu Rigathi Gachagua alimsaidia. Rigathi Gachagua anaenda kurisk kidogo zake, kumake sure anapeleka huyu jamaa nyumbani. I can tell you. Bado ukiangalia hizi chats guys, sitaki nikusomee na kusomea tu ile part ya Sylvanus Osoro wakati ambapo alikuwa anashukuru baada ya kufanya nini? Kuendelea kuimpeach Rigathi Gachagua siku ya mwisho. So now utakuja kurealize ya kwamba William Ruto alikuwa anachatisha hawa members of parliament, then his calls pia alikuwa na call usiku na mchana kwamba make sure basi mna impeach huyu jamaa haraka. William Ruto akaamua kujeta outside the country kuonyesha kwamba yeye hausiki kwa yeye impeachment, but alikuwa na call. Johnson Sakaja, Eric Wamumbi, Kimani Ichung'wah, Sylvanus Osoro, hao ndo majamaa walikuwa wanacheza hii mchezo kabisa ya kumobilize impeachment ya Rigathi Gachagua. Kumbuka kuna wabunge walikuwa nje ya nchi, but pia walikuwa wanapromiziwa a lot of money ili wa impeach Rigathi Gachagua, wakarejea hapa nchini. Juu watapewa do mingi, warejea hapa nchini. Unaona watu wangu, hii game ilikuwa imeplaniwa vizuri kuimpeach Rigathi Gachagua, na sio kwa sababu ya tribalism. Ukiangalia vizuri, utakuja kuona kwamba unasema kwamba huyu jamaa anatu harass kabisa. Then William Ruto pia analalamika pale ndani, huyu jamaa anatu harass. Unaona watu wangu? Na kabla nikusomee place ya Sylvanus Osoro, sikiza hii.
A forum where we just go lying to members of the public and, purporting to be empowering them. If you listened to my friend and colleague, Senator Tabitha, she was not able to explain to you what they do, how they empower Kenyans in areas where the members of parliament or senators, particularly members of parliament, are not, aligned to the blood-based government.
Sorry?
Yes, where the members
broad-based.
No, you can call it broad, you can call it bread, and I call it blood-based these days because, of course, of the many youths that have been killed. When we come here, we should just tell the truth because Kenyans are smart people. I have not received any text inviting me.
Even from the WhatsApp group?
I'm going to check in a moment, but unless...
Let's check, I can give you...
Yes, but you can give me time. Unless it's just for today.
Yeah.
I believe that they have formed another group because we never received this. I think Senator Tabitha is not telling the truth, but I'm going to give you that answer.
I would beg kindly if he just goes to Kenya Kwanza, Senator.
Yes, it's here. It's here.
Senator, I'm willing to allow you time.
Yeah.
Just go to
Yes,
the group.
yes,
Check
yes.
if there's an invitation.
Yes.
PG to the
Yes.
PG.
When probably she can tell us when it was done.
It was just done this weekend.
Can
When we were
you
in
see your
Nairobi.
message, Senator Mutinda?
Yes, it's here. By
From
Senator
Kenya
Aaron
Kwanza?
Cheru- Yes.
From Kenya Kwanza. Which
Kenya Kwanza
is that?
senators.
From which one?
This one, the same one that you are holding.
My
No, I
phone
don't
is
want to
here.
check your-
My phone is
Can
Can I
here.
check for you?
Yes, check. Show me where it is in my.
This is Kenya Kwanza. This is Aaron. Here, it is here. It is here. Is this not a message? And we are in the same group. I've checked, he's also a member of the same group. Why would we lie to Kenya?
Just a minute.
It's okay to say I received and I'm not attending. There's no problem with that. It's good just to
Do
be
you find
honest.
Yes, I think it's there in that group, sorry.
Okay.
But I have no message
No,
No personal
from
message.
Dr. Boni Halwale, and I challenge you.
But this is
Senator
how we
Tabitha,
receive messages from
I
Aaron
challenge you.
Cheruiyot.
Yeah.
I challenge you. Some, we are leaders. Nobody can go there to get embarrassed. I'm sure if I go to State House Gate today,
It's not State House. What is the venue?
it's Karen.
wherever it is,
leadership.
anyway, wherever it is, you enter, you have to be cleared.
Yeah.
You will not find my name there.
That's not
I think
true.
it's just, but I challenge Senator Tabitha to tell, to ask, to prove that Boni Halwale sent a message to me.
No, first
Okay.
things first.
No,
Do you
no,
have a
that's fine.
message?
Anyway,
No.
but-
Do you
but
have
anyway.
a message from the leader,
It's fine. I think
majority
I've,
leader Aaron Cheruiyot? Do you have a
I have no message. It's just.
No, in the same WhatsApp
Think
group,
of
it's the
them
same
to that.
message I received.
Senator-
No, you said you
That-
received.
Senator Nyoto,
She
Yes.
said she received.
I received two messages.
A
One from
message,
Boni, one
a
from the
personal
majority
message
leader.
Yes.
from Dr. Boni Halwale.
Yes.
You have not received.
I have not
Okay.
received.
Have you received
So
majority
yes,
leader?
I've seen
From majority leader?
I've
From
not
the group?
received a message.
That's fine.
In the group.
That's fine.
But
So-
Sam, before you exit from there,
I'm not exiting.
No, from that particular point,
Yeah.
the issue of bribery and the 10 million.
Yeah.
Senator Tabitha says I'm frustrated, I'm disappointed. With what? Let her swear before God and Kenyans today that she did not receive 10 million
Bring.
shillings. Swear before
Bring.
God.
Yes.
Swear before God.
Bring.
Swear before God. You
Yes.
know how you swear before God?
Yes. The
Bible.
That you didn't receive 10 million.
Because these are frustrations we
Don't say that we are
we can't help him. That
don't want to be
process was
helped.
done. That
Senator
process
Tabitha, what
was-
help would you give me? I would not need any help from you.
I didn't say I'm giving
But don't say
help.
I'm disappointed.
But you
Senator
are.
Tabitha, you received 10 million
Not-
Kenya shillings.
did you give me
Swear before God.
Did you give me anything?
Swear before God. I'm not the
know,
one who was
it is
given.
sad.
I'm not
It is so sad.
liquidated. See, you said we are not
is
liquidated.
so sad.
I'm not
This
liquidated.
guy actually
If
talks
I
about
was, I would
millions
have
and
given it to you. So don't say I'm
No, I don't need
frustrated.
it.
Swear before God, Senator Tabitha, and people that you, Senator Tabitha Mutinda, did not receive 10 million Kenya shillings.
I,
Impeach
Senator, did not
Rigathi
receive
Gachagua.
anything.
Say
to
in the
impeach
name of
Gachagua.
God.
Yes.
Don't say yes, say in the name of God.
Just manage your frustrations.
What frustration?
Just manage your frustrations.
I was not impeached.
He's
What a
impeached.
frustration
Just
would I
move on.
manage?
Just move forward.
There is no one time you will ever see a particular group, in a CBO, being issued a check. It is always in cash. Cash in money bags. And I challenge my colleague.
That explain.
That explains that it is actually not something that is structured. It is something that the source of these funds is questionable. And I listened very keenly to my colleague, Senator Tabitha, saying that this money is coming from leaders. Some I want to tell you, and Karoli Omondi here will tell you because he's a member of parliament. We know that every member of parliament, about 95% of members of parliament, when they get into parliament, they get a mortgage, whereby there are very few people, and I challenge Senator Tabitha to show you her payslip. There are very few leaders in that parliament who will get a net pay of about 50,000 per month. Very few, because almost all of it is eaten up
How do
by
you
the
survive?
repayment for mortgage.
How do you survive?
Well, by the grace of God, those who have some businesses. So when Tabitha says that it is coming from members of parliament, and you can identify a particular member of parliament who contributes 200,000 this week, in one empowerment rally, maybe 1 week for about 3 times, for some of them who are always there, you know. And when you know what they are, and I challenge them, if it is true, to make the returns, tax returns, you know, available, so that we can find this member of parliament, because it is not coming from the earnings in parliament. That one I can assure you. This member of parliament has this business. This is what they earned in the previous financial year. This is what they filed with KRA. This is the amount that they were able to earn. So this is how then...
If a member of parliament is able to afford 200,000 shillings, where are they getting it from if it's not from...
Of course, it is given by the president or the deputy president. Remember, Sam...
No, not so fast. Given by the president or the deputy, from where?
That is now the other question, and it is always in cash. Of course, I may not have evidence, but of course it comes from parastatals, you know, from this ministry. You know, we need this kind of money, and of course we know that we have those confidential, you know, amounts that, of course, are with security agencies. I mean, and you know, they are not subject to audit, and Karoli will tell you that. I mean, so these amounts of money. To answer your question, because I don't want to lose that line of thinking, it is given. And remember, until recently, until last year, I was in Kenya Kwanza government, and so I know what happens in there.
What was happening?
Yes. So if the president, for example, comes to your constituency, I mean, and they have a harambe, you'll be given some money to contribute.
Wait a minute.
Each one of you are given like maybe...
Senator,
yes.
You need to understand. You're Senator Muranga.
Yes.
So the president is coming. There's a harambe at...
yes.
I wish I could give an example of a church.
Yes.
You are given money which you will give at the harambe?
Yes, and that is why it is uniform. Every member of parliament, Tabitha, ametuongezea 1,200. Karoli, 1,200. That's why it's uniform.
You proudly stand to say this is my contribution.
That's yes, but Junior never did that, but that is what used to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Senator Mutinda, there's something you wanted to say, but also a question that Senator Newton raised with you during the break about some young Kenyans who've been complaining that they went to State House, they left, but they didn't receive anything. They didn't receive a motorbike. They've been complaining. They've complained to Citizen TV. There has been a statement by Hussein Mohammed, the spokesperson of State House, disputing the facts as alluded by those young people. What is the position as you know it?
Sam, a very simple question. Out of the 1,000 Kenyans who are in State House for the empowerment for the president, only one Kenyan? Only one Kenyan is the one who's complaining? Who's broadly coming out and saying he did not receive whatever he was supposed to receive? What does that tell you? Politics. One person being used to try and perpetuate lies. And the gentleman actually was more specific to my colleague, Senator Nyamu. He said that he's the one who had invited him. And I spoke to Karen. I asked her, what is happening? Is this the case? And she categorically stated that there's nothing like that. This guy was not part of the people who are benefiting from, the bikes. And these are just politics. Number two, what you need to realize that the groups, the way they were presented, and I said earlier, groups arranging people, the people who are in that group are ranging from 1 to 30, 1 to 25, 1 to 15. But the number that was agreed that would attend the State House meeting, empowerment, was only 10 people per group, only 10. So if you were probably number 11 that group, then you were cut off, and all the groups were informed of the same information. So only 10 people were actually coming to receive whatever they requested for. And this, whatever they requested for, was being handed over to the chairperson of that particular group. But because this young gentleman was more specific to the bikes, the people who were receiving bikes were specific. They were receiving messages. They could not enter without that verification. And they were also, there was quite a process. They had to key in their details again. They had to be verified that they were the same people. Like, they had to be confirmed and all that. And they were the ones who were issued with those bikes. So this young one, only one person coming out, he knows why he's coming out, whoever is using
one
him.
Person. There's Dickens Kamau Odhiambo, there's Collins Otwala, who are giving their own story about what exactly happened.
How many people are those?
No, just a moment. I mean,
okay, sorry.
There's qualitative research, there's quantitative research.
Correct.
So let's work with qualitative for now on what exactly they're saying, because they also need to be heard. So they're saying that this is Dickens, nikaambiwa nitoke nje ya gate D, hapo nikakutana na walinzi wa GSU wakaniambia nimeshatoa taarifa zangu niende nyumbani. Nikawauliza watajuaje nyumbani kwangu, wakasema watatumia Truecaller. Nilipouliza zaidi wakanifukuza. So you're saying that he was promised. The other one even took a photo holding a motorbike but didn't go home with it. Could there be a situation where proper communication is not being made on what exactly this is supposed to be?
Some you've stated 2 people. That was keen. Yeah. Only 2 people. The same question I'm asking. Out of the many Kenyans, the many Nairobians who are in status, only 2 people are complaining. Number 2, I wanted to respond to what my brother Nyutu talked about earlier as far as this issue of empowerment is concerned. And I heard him clearly talk about the issues of the helicopters that we've been using here and there. You use a helicopter because you want to save on time. You want to arrive somewhere. And these are helicopters that him also has been using before he left our coalition, Kenya Kwanza. He's been there. Why is it that it doesn't suit him right now when we use this chopper so that we are able to save that time? Because in the eastern region that I've been attending, I'm part of the empowerment that I attend, we've been doing 2 empowerments in a day. So for you to move from this region and be able to also to move to the other region, you cannot manage on road transport. So helicopters have been really helping us in terms of time management, and there's nothing wrong with that, because even in when he was in the same side, they've been using the same. Number 2, the issues of the checks. The empowerment that I've attended, especially for Kangundo, where we have Mheshimiwa Honorable Fabian. Yeah. I personally was holding checks and, giving to the groups that he had identified. Okay. Mheshimiwa Caleb of Machakos town, the other day we were there, he issued checks to his people, So either you issue check or you issue cash, it's a mode of giving money. So there's no problem. But when he says that he's never seen checks, I'm just updating him. You can go to my page for Facebook. You'll see that I've also posted where we've been able to give our people those checks, because most of them actually have accounts.
Which is the paying bank account? It's registered under who?
The person who's paying it is actually, most of the time is actually for the member of parliament, which is easier because it's the one giving that particular money. It can also be given through M-Pesa. There's no problem. So what is it? What would have been a challenge?
A check,
yes.
Under your name.
Yes.
Let's say you're distributing 4 million shillings.
Correct.
The figure that you said.
Correct.
So this money, who deposited it there?
The member would deposit it there.
From where?
From what has been collected.
So you collect in that event.
Yes.
You deposit in your account.
Yes.
Then you write checks and you come and
You've already written checks. Yeah. Okay. All you just need to do is just write the amount, depending on what would have been contributed. Remember, you do not want to have so many meetings of the same people, because our schedules are too busy. This is a day
so the
event.
Checks issued on the same day of the
most of they are issued by the end of the day, but because these people we want to finish on that business.
Are they bankable on the day because you're yet to deposit?
One. They can bank on the same day, they can bank on the following day, there's no problem. What I was responding to is that checks have been issued, because he stated that there's nowhere that checks have been issued. What I'm trying to state is that checks have been issued, and checks are normally issued. Even myself, if I would do my own empowerment, I would actually prepare checks and give them checks immediately after the function, because then if I don't do that, it will mean I have to call them again and start disbursing the same amounts again. He talked about that we are not involving the members who are not affiliating to government. There is no member who has been told not to affiliate. It is your choice. It's a willing buyer, willing seller. And when we go to the ground and there's no the elected member is from another coalition and does not want in any way to affiliate himself, as he categorically stated himself, that he doesn't want to associate with Kenya Kwanza. You can't force anybody. Okay. But that does not mean we are not doing empowerment in Murang'a County. Okay. In Murang'a County, empowerment has been done. If he wants to affiliate, well and good. If he doesn't want to affiliate, well and good. Okay. When Oscar Sudi, let me finish on that. When Oscar Sudi did his empowerment, and gave people motorbikes, car wash, and all these machine posho mills and all those kind of equipments, the Mount Kenya leaders woke up and started saying, look, you are only coming to give our people rice and beans. But in the other region, Rift Valley, you are giving your people, equipments to be able to do business. And it was helter-skelter, like, why are you supporting them like that? Why can't you support also our people here to be able to do the same business? Right. Today, as we speak, the same has been done by the president and us, the leaders, by giving the people the equipment. Right. Why is it wrong right now? You can't have your cake and eat it. And lastly, whoever alleges must prove. He's talking about money that is being given by the executive to the members of parliament to be able to contribute. Every member has his own funds, and people have their own businesses. If you are not, liquidated, it is your own cake to eat it.
Senator, that has never happened to you. You've not been given money to...
No, me, I'm not given. Why should I be given money? I am never forced to go to those Harambes. I personally take myself, I contribute to what I can be able to contribute. Right. People are running businesses in this town. People are liquidated in one way or the other. And when you asked about where the president is also getting this money from, president has got buddies, has got friends who are also supporting him. What is wrong with that? If you do not have friends, that's upon you.
William Ruto is going to die the same death ambayo Rigathi Gachagua alikufa. Na ni wale ambao walimpeach Rigathi Gachagua ndo wanaenda kuimpeach President William Samoei Arap Ruto. Unaona watu wangu? Hii ndio kitu Silvano Osoro alisema. Sikiza.
Honorable members of the bicameral parliament, thank you and congratulations. You have restored the dignity of parliament and the country's leadership. The former DP was indeed an embarrassment not only to himself, but to those of us that fought for and still defend this government. Never again should we find ourselves in this situation. Sasa turudi kazi. To the colleagues in the National Assembly, please be in chambers as early as 9 a.m. to malize our some urgent businesses before we proceed for access for recent later in the day. A sign of relief to Honorable one term to Parliament and to the country at large. May God bless you, Kenya. May God bless Kenya. Unaona guys?
Alikuwa na congratulate for impeaching Rigathi Gachagua. Unaona watu wangu? So kama uko hapa na unafikiria Rigathi Gachagua alikuwa impeached because of tribalism, then ya ujui chenye inaendelea hapa nchini Kenya. Na ndo nakwambia mambo yameharibika mbaya tena zaidi. William Ruto is going to be impeached ama anaenda kuresign. Juu hawa members of parliament wamejam completely. Hawataki kuspare huyu jamaa.
Be the reawakening of the 13th parliament.
Fred, I think it is okay for Dr. Makali to be positive as a member of parliament representing the people of Kitui in the National Assembly. And it is important for him to speak hope to us, Kenyans who are not in parliament and are waiting for them to give us what was promised by the elite parliamentarians and even the executive. But there is one position I still take. We've been in this country, we've seen how things work between parliament and executive. It has always been any executive in power trying to make parliament an annex of that executive. And I think it started some times back. Even the fact that when you're members of parliament, your parliamentary group meetings goes to State House, in itself, for me, is wrong. Every party has got their party headquarters where they can gather and say, Wiper are having their parliamentary group meeting, ODM have got their Orange House, they are actually having their group meeting, or any other hotel for that matter, because political parties also have money. But whoever brought in the idea that once Meshach is elected the president of the republic, the next thing, my party now meets at State House, in itself is wrong. That is not supposed to be there, because State House is for all citizens of this country, everybody, those who won and those who lost, and those who didn't even vote. Remember, we've talked about this here before, Fred. 8 million Kenyans were registered voters, but they never showed up to vote, to cast their vote. They are actually the silent majority. If they had casted their vote in one basket, probably they would have been the one who would have been told, you are actually the ones who won the elections. But that's a debate for another day. So what I see as a citizen is still a team trading, or if I don't use the word trading, I would say everybody's blackmailing the other. President comes out to gaslight Kenyans and tell us there's corruption, a lot of it in parliament. But at the back of our mind, we know he has done something with these parliamentarians before. And then the parliamentarians all of a sudden find some unity and goes to the house the next morning, including those who ran very quickly to him, like Honorable David Ochieng, who immediately after election ran and gave him the majority he needed to suffocate the other side, are now telling us how they have suffered for this president. Imagine we were sad as citizens that these parliamentarians, kumbe, have not been working for us. They have just been working for the president, which is not right. Then now we are in a situation where Parliament and Senate included could be thinking of, we can impeach you. And the president, I can dissolve Parliament. And so every side is looking at the other with some little blackmail here and there. But that is not still giving us a lot of hope as citizens. So yes, it is okay for parliamentarians to actually stand their ground and try to do the right thing. It is also okay for the president to do the right thing, but I don't really think doing the right thing is gaslighting us and telling us how corruption is in parliament. I think for him, action would be much more appropriate at this time than just telling us. Because when you tell us you have the advantage of having raw intelligence, I would rather you act. And then when parliamentarians are rising against you, you can now talk to us as citizens and say, I have raw intelligence and I have forwarded them to the judiciary, and now that is why these members of parliament who are in court with the evidence I gave, and so this is why they are rising against me. But here you come and tell us as citizens that there is a lot of it somewhere there. And we don't know, you are not going far enough to tell us, this is what I have done. Within the rule of law, this is what I have done. I have forwarded my evidence here and there. And again, I would not be happy as a citizen to imagine that all parliamentarians as one basket are all rotten. If there is a member X, Y, or Z that have issues, it is okay to just say, we have issues with member X, Y, and Z, and the courts are doing their work, judiciary are doing their work, and soon enough you will see. But then lastly and finally, as a citizen, I would look at it, yes, parliamentarians are not clean, that is given. But when we do a budget of 4 trillion as a country, who has the chunk of this money? Because for us as citizens of Kenya, the big issue is not who is more corrupt than the other. It is how can we stop all forms of corruption in our country so that the service delivery can be done and the citizens can find medicine in the hospital, education can be fully free, and things like that. So when we look at the 4 trillion, is the executive not having the majority of that money? Yes, they do. Parliamentarians are having a chunk of it. But now, where the majority of the money goes, is it even better? Are ministries even better? If it is not better and you are the boss there and you've done nothing completely. So why are you telling us it is easy to go and quickly look at maybe the few handouts that parliamentarians may take to pass the bill as the only thing that injures the country more than the maybe more than 2 trillion that you have.
And we all seem to agree that this is not really a genuine fight against corruption. It's just a tiff between the president and his lieutenants, probably. But you look at the level of sycophancy from this WhatsApp text messages, and it's even odd that the president and members